Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, channel leaders, welcome to an episode of Tatami Talk. My name is Juan. This is my co partner, Anthony. This is a Judo podcast for Judo players by two Judo players. So, Anthony, how is Japan? Welcome back.
You keep asking me, and then I keep other people tell me, but everyone's like, not literally everyone, but a good amount of people was looking at me and was like, "Did you lose weight?"
Oh,
and this is like in addition to how I talked about macro factor.
Mm-hmm.
That Aaron and Konosuke recommended me. Mm-hmm. So I already lost like 10 pounds before the trip. And people were like, "Did you lose weight?" And now that I came back from Japan, they're like, "Did you lose more weight?"
Well, you were sick, so you lost a little bit of sick weight too.
Yeah, it was a combination of walking a lot, food being healthier, because there's like the protein basically is more expensive in smaller portions there. Mm-hmm. And also I got sick the last 3 days. Like I got a stomach bug. So my wife got it the first 3 days we were there, and then I got it like the last 3 days. Mm-hmm. So we were basically stuck in a hotel room for like 6 days combined.
Well, you spend so much in these nice hotel rooms. You should spend some time in them.
Yeah, okay? I mean, it's one of those times where like, oh wow, we actually splurge a bit on hotel room and we actually get to use it.
Yeah, use that inside onsen, man. Try it out. All right.
Yeah. So that was that actually messed up our plans a lot, but I guess it kind of worked out because if we didn't, I talked about how the couple we're originally going to go with was the reason why we are spending so many days in the cities. Mm-hmm. But if we were sick and then we had to check out and travel and check back in, that would have sucked. So it was kind of like nice that we were like, oh, we're here in this hotel for the next 5 days, and we just like stayed in. But we're planning on doing day trips outside. Like we were going to go to Kamakura and we were going to go to Yokohama and stuff like that. That never happened because we were sick. So it really kind of messed with it. And I won't go too deep into it, but this is the first time I've been to Japan where I was actually like ready to go home, because usually I'm like, oh my god, really? I was like, oh my god, I gotta go home. I don't want to go home. But this time I'm like, I'm ready to go home, and the reason being I noticed is because over tourism is a problem there, right? Mm-hmm. So the tourist behavior is like really bad in the cities, and I've done a pretty good job of avoiding it all these past years. But this time, because I'm in the city for so long, I've been having to deal with like all the bad behaviors. So I'm like, wow, this just feels like LA.
No, because there's certain parts of Tokyo, like, okay, from my experience in Tokyo, it's the funniest thing. So when, like, say I go to Akihabara, okay? Mm-hmm. Akihabara, the main part of Akihabara, super full, tons of people, everyone's there and stuff, okay?
Yeah. Super
tourist spot. But if you go like 2 blocks, 3 blocks down the road, a different side and stuff, side street, empty, normal town, like normal places. So it's just crazy how some of these, it's just super popular areas are like so crowded sometimes, It's
not just the crowd. Like I said, it's the behavior. Like on the train and stuff, people were talking on the phone. Mm-hmm. Like that's like a big no-no. I'm not going to make it a complaint, but there's a list of things that you're supposed to not do in Japan that people were doing.
There's unwritten rules you're supposed to know, but as a foreigner,
no, like it's right. I'll give them benefit of the doubt for the unwritten rules, but like these are the written rules. Like it's right there, right? It's written there. And it's also on the announcements, like on the train. Like they announce it in 3 languages: English, Chinese, Korean. Like, don't do this.
Sorry, I don't speak any of those languages.
But anyway, I was just like, man, I feel like if I'm going to be sick, I might as well just be home. And so I can't wait to go home.
Well, that had to be stuck because you're sick on your flight too. That's the suck.
Yeah, so I had the stomach bug. At least in the beginning, my wife got to rest, right? But I'm like, oh my god, I gotta fly tomorrow. What should I do, right? Because I was like going to the bathroom like every like hour or so. Oh, no. So the next day, I just like loaded myself up on Imodium, right? And it ended up being fine on Imodium. But once I got back, I don't know if it's like true for other people, but usually when I take Imodium, which is not really, I've probably only taken it 3 times in my life. Mm-hmm. When you take it, you have like the opposite problem for like a couple of weeks. Like it messes your stomach up, right? So I had that problem, and then I told you about this where how I got a ticket last week. So I was stuck in traffic on the way to the dojo, and then there was a fire. So there was a fire in a building. Like it was like 2 blocks away from me. So I saw the fire, and I'm like, oh my god, I really have to go to the bathroom.
This fire got to be going now.
And traffic just stopped. So I was grabbing my phone to see if there's like an alternate route I can do, and then I heard sirens, and the cop was like on a motorcycle, was right next to me, pulled me over, and gave me a ticket. And I'm just like, dude, there's a fire like right there, and instead of saving people, you're here like giving me a ticket for. I wasn't even moving. Like it was like gridlocked, right? So I don't know. I got to deal with that ticket I told you about. It's like it's right here. So, but anyway, now my stomach for the most part is good, but that kind of like messed the trip up a little bit, and the weather wasn't cooperating anyway. So, I mean, could have been a better.
I don't know,
but it is.
You're talking to the guy that goes to Japan in dead of winter each year, okay? So don't talk to me about weather.
Yeah,
I'm always there.
No, I'm talking about. I'm saying it's raining. It was raining the whole time. So
I would love it to be raining. It's beautiful, you know.
Yeah, but it's just there were some activities that we were gonna do that got canceled because it rained. So we ended up just having to stay indoors because it's like in the countryside. There's like nothing around. So, like for example, I told you we were supposed to take a boat trip in the canyon, and it flooded, so they shut down all the boat rides. So, what can you do, right? And I guess we were just kind of unlucky. We went to a lot of places that were just like happened to be closed that day. But it happens pretty often where they post. It's like those small shops that no one knows about, and then you go there. You drive really far to get there, and then there's a sign saying, "Oh, sorry, family emergency came up, so we're closed today." So, or it's one of those places where every month the schedule is different. So, I think we went to like 4 or 5 places where it was like closed. So we just happened to not have good luck on that end, but I bought a lot of stuff though this trip, so which is why I didn't bring back as many souvenirs. Like I brought back nail clippers.
Yeah, this fool. I get this guy a really cool. I got you that sumo thing. I got you a great fun T-shirt.
I can't use those. The nail clippers. I don't know. Did you try it yet? I tried it already.
No, I haven't tried the nail clippers
yet. Because I've been reading for a long time about how good nail clippers are in Japan, and how if you go to Japan, you should buy nail clippers. Even the cheap ones, like the ones I got were pretty cheap, but while I was there, they had like some that are locked up in a case, and they were like $100.
What, am I going to CVS here? What is this? Going to Rite Aid? Oh, sorry.
No, they are
no more.
I've never used such a good nail clipper before. Like the hype is real. So definitely go buy those nail clippers. I went to right outside of Osaka. There's a district area called Sakai, and they have a lot of like old school knife craftsmen there. So I went there and bought some knives, but they also make like scissors and nail clippers. So Jessica bought like a nice. It was like $30 nail clipper. So she hasn't used it yet, but I bought the $10 one for myself. She bought like a $30 one. So we'll see how the difference is.
All right. Well, it sounds like you had a very fun, interesting trip this year.
I don't know about fun, but yeah.
All right. So last week, some of you guys may or may not know, I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast at all, but our dojo decided to do a training camp. So it was kind of funny for me. So last weekend you weren't there. You weren't there for the past 2 weeks. So we used training camp. We did a 2-hour training session in the morning, 2-hour training session in the afternoon, Saturday and Sunday. So this whole time, it's like, okay, Saturday's not going to be Saturday. I'm having classes. I have that weekend off. I'm going to sleep in. I'm going to not do anything. Maybe go to the movies or something. Maybe go walk the beach. I don't know. Maybe I'll go walk around downtown. Then Philippe tells me, Juan, you'll be there on Saturday, right? Like, what? Huh?
Yeah, I came back and the next day he was like, you're going to be here, right? I'm like, I just
it was the day before you got here, and you showed up too, so it was great seeing you and stuff. So we ended up doing this really fun training camp, but it was a really cool experience doing a training camp. We haven't done this in such a long time. We invited a few people from other dojos to talk to other clubs, and I'd like if we can do this more often to get the judo communities like just more active here in Los Angeles, is just be more friendly to each other. because as people, some of me or I know, we do the open mat every Saturday at our dojo. That's open to anybody. And we get a handful of people from other dojos, but we always liked it to be bigger with more people. So what did you think of the, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, I think you're about to ask what I was going to say. So
maybe so what did you think of the training session, the training camp we did on Saturday?
I only saw one day, but I think it's really good to, as always, we talk about how we should network with other dojos and stuff like that. And if other dojos did something like this, I would go, but I think not every dojo has the luxury of what we have, which is like a space that's open 7 days a week and is flexible with schedule. So, I mean, we've tried working with a certain organization to promote this, but they just kind of ghosted us. Let's just say that. Anyway, that
there goes Anthony right there.
Well, they're talking about growing grassroots judo, and it's like, yeah. Anyway, so we did our own thing. People came, so it's nice to do randori. Well, I didn't do it, right, because I have surgery. But it's nice to see other people, clubs, and we kind of like networking and showing each other stuff, and also just do randori with different people. Like, it's not just like waiting until tournament day to fight.
Yeah. And that was one thing for the first day. We were so packed in the first two sessions on Saturday. You and me were just supervising, helping people out.
Oh, we were trying to make sure people don't land on each other.
There's so many people in the class. The second day, it was so small. It's like, shit, I have to get into this, don't I now? So I was doing Newaza, I was doing Tachiwaza stuff, I was doing Randori, I was doing all this stuff. Like, okay, odd man out, I'm in, gotta do my job, help someone out, okay? So that was some really cool stuff that happened with us lately. And then in the next weekend we're actually having our 3-club scrimmage here at our dojo with Goltz and Sawtell and maybe some other visiting dojos. So
yeah, I won't be here. I think I told you, right?
Yeah, so I got stuck doing a lot of stuff again here, but it's going to be interesting again. Again, we're trying to grow judo here in Southern California, make it more friendly, have people come and do stuff. We don't have to all be so separate, We're a whole judo family. Let's come together, all right? Well, let's get some judo news. So now we're going to start with some American judo news, maybe some international judo news, depending on how you look at it. So America's best judo player of all time, hands down, right now, the 2-time Olympian, world champion, Kayla Harrison, finally, in my opinion, got her 7th dan from USJA. Now, when this video came out, I was telling Anthony, oh, wow, great. Kayla got her 7th dan. She deserves it, PFL world champion, UFC world champion, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, world champion stuff. She's grown judo for women and stuff. She talks about judo all the time. She's doing judo things again. I'm like, that's fantastic.
Wait, she's doing judo things?
She's posted more judo videos and stuff. I think she's maybe teaching judo at
I think
at American Top Team.
Yeah. American Top Team? I thought it was...
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
It could be somewhere smaller. So I think because she trains at American Top Team, maybe it's there, but I could be wrong. I was like, oh, yeah, it's great for her. But then I was thinking, why did it take so goddamn long for her to get her 7th dan?
I mean, I thought she wasn't training judo and she was just training MMA full time.
Well, there was a thing where she said, I won't go back to judo. I think some people took that as that she just dropped judo. She's not training or doing it at all. It's like, you can't be this far into judo and be like, yeah, I'm never going to practice again. You're going to be doing uchikomis at home, grab your kids, start throwing around the house and stuff. It doesn't leave you like that, okay?
I don't know what the story is, but I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, but I'm also saying she definitely deserves it. Like, she should have got it a long time ago, in my opinion. But
yeah,
I'm also not surprised. Like, she burned her bridges with USA Judo essentially, and then
does everyone burn their bridge when they leave USA Judo?
Yeah, and I wonder why. I'm still. It's been last November. I'm still waiting for them to respond to my email. By the way, that's what our membership fees are paying for. So she's burned her bridges with USA Judo, and she doesn't really have a connection to USJA. So it's kind of not makes sense that it wasn't until now. So, but I wonder what prompted that to happen. So, but
I think it's her being one of the best female fighters in the world right now, the UFC champion. She's going to have one of the largest female MMA fights in history that we're going to get to in a little bit. But
so
I think she deserves it.
We're not getting our 5th dans for being the best judo podcast in the world.
I don't know if we're the best. All right. In my opinion, I think we're in the top. Okay. I'm gonna be a little modest. Top 3. Okay. But
okay.
I think the IJF Judo podcast might have us beat, but I think we're better than them too.
Is it?
Bring it. All right.
I don't know. I think we're better.
All right. So that's the Kayla thing going on. So let's go into some somewhat international judo news. So Kayla and Ronda are throwing shade at each other now. Okay.
I didn't know this. So I thought when I saw that they were having a
press conference
about this, they were potentially talking about fighting each other, right?
That was something that happened a long time ago. They're talking about fighting each other, but I think Ronda in the last media scrum for her and Gina Carano's fight, she went off on Kayla because Kayla was talking. I don't think Kayla did that bad of stuff. She's talking a little bit of shade, just talking a little shit. Saying that she's having the biggest fight in UFC history, biggest female fight in history.
That's not shade. That's just marketing. She's marketing her fight.
Yeah. But then Ronda came out about don't run your mouth. You're getting paid less than I did when I was fighting there. How are you going to say you have the biggest fight in women's history when you're the co-main event to an interim title shot? UFC tried to get me there, then lowballed us, had my own fight, blah, blah, blah.
See, to me, all this is just acting, cause like wrestling, pro wrestling.
Yeah, it's throwing promos at each other. I've talked to other people that say the same thing. It's, she's just throwing promos. I don't know.
Was that what they call it? I didn't know.
Yeah. If you see the way Ronda was talking, it was like, man, she looks like some spitting venom right there. But yeah, so Ronda's going to have their fight. It's May, what did I write down? Yeah, May 16th, the Netflix fight. Kayla still has to reschedule her fight. No, it's not. No, okay. So she was talking smack because her original fight was going to be the co-main event to an interim title shot. That's what she's talking shit about because they haven't rescheduled the new fight with her and Nunes yet. But it was just seeing her talk, saying, she told her to, yeah, I bought food for you. We're in Japan. Now shut the fuck up and eat your food. And I was like, oh my God.
I don't know how that is talking shit, but okay.
You gotta watch the video. People, go watch the video. I might link it. I might put it on our stuff, It was so funny. So what do you think about this? Just talking shit. The two best female American judo players talking shit to each other. I would say the two most popular American female judo players talking shit to each other.
I don't follow feuds like this because I think one, it's dumb. Two, it's a waste of time. And three, I can't tell if they're serious or not. So
it's the next season of Beef. It's based off of this.
I don't watch. This is why I don't watch reality shows. And that's also one of the main reasons I stopped watching UFC because these kind of things determine who fights who more than an actual good matchup or some sort of bracket or something like that. So we had this discussion. This is the part of martial arts that I don't like. And this is, I guess, the part that gets views though.
Well, it's a part of martial arts that no longer, in my opinion, not martial arts. Then there's prize fighting, You're just cutting promos so that people start listening to you, get interested, get hyped, and want to watch your fight,
Yeah, and that's how you get that, what was that CM Punk or whatever? That's how that guy gets into UFC and gets mauled, right? So I have absolutely no interest in stuff like that. So if anything, it turns me off from wanting to watch the fight.
Which one, Ronda's or Kayla's?
No, I'm just saying in general, when they have this kind of thing, I just don't want to watch the fight. So,
all right. So that's a little bit of just some fun news out there. I thought people, if you haven't, go watch the videos. It's hilarious. Ronda's just going off, and you see Gina.
I know I know you're all in on this kind of stuff. I hate it. So.
Well, the funny thing is, Gina's just horning like, "Oh my God, am I fighting her, or is Kayla gonna fight her? What's going on here?" All right, so that's a little bit of judo news. Some other judo news happening right now is that the past week there was the All Japan tournament. They had some really cool matches, some really interesting calls. What do you think about the tournament?
I only got to watch a bit of it. I say overall, I was kind of disappointed in the kind of judo. It seemed very different. I mean, there's also a few highlights that were kind of cool, but overall, how we talked about looking at what kids do is giving you a look into the future of what judo would look like in a few years.
Yeah. So
I feel like I'm seeing those kids that I looked at 5 or 6 years ago now grown up. There's also the Kani Basami. Well, it's not Kani Basami. It's not Kani Basami, but if I call it Kani Basami, people will know what I'm talking about because it's kind of gone viral. So there's that, and then there's also the Kawazugake. That just I don't understand why they allowed it to happen, but Yeah, so there's stuff like that just makes me. I was also traveling, so I didn't really have time to watch a lot of it. But I think the Empress Cup is what happening right now. I have more interest in the women's side anyway. So
I thought there were some really cool throws, very innovative stuff. I saw some really big
innovative. That's how.
Yeah,
That's a nice way
I
of
call it some
wording it.
innovative stuff, you know. But I was happy with tournament. Like I thought it was fun to watch personally. Now what's happening right now as we speak is the European Championships. I haven't watched any of it yet. I've seen some highlights on Instagram and on YouTube and stuff, but I haven't watched any of the tournaments. Have you had any chance to watch any of them right now?
No,
No.
just highlights. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, that's
in
two
general,
really good...
European Championships is like one of the more competitive. Like it's, you know how I talked about how 1FC, I like to watch that 1FC more than UFC, because UFC definitely has the higher like top end talent, but on average, like the fights for 1FC is more interesting to watch because it's close. On average, the level is higher than UFC, in my opinion. That's what I feel about the European Championships and European Opens and stuff like that. So I would look at it, but I did not renew my Judo TV subscription because we previously talked about it.
The Blue Lion let it expire.
Yeah.
Do you still have it? Do you still have the Blue Lion?
Of course. No one bought it from me.
It didn't disappear or get deleted somehow.
No.
Sorry, your Blue Lion has expired.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, I haven't watched it really. Again, there are a few matches that I want to watch. Arbazov versus Grigashvili, like that was like a really hyped up match. I didn't look at the results yet because I don't want to be spoiled. But so actually, I think I already watched because people on Instagram DM me and send me highlights.
Oh, people slide to your DMs, you're saying?
Yeah, so I totally, when I watch it, I totally ignore the back patch and the title, and so I just watched like white and blue. So that way I like don't know who's fighting and I don't recognize faces. So I'm just like, oh, that white threw this guy pretty well and stuff like that. So I kind of don't spoil it for me in that sense, which is kind of an amazing ability, I guess.
Well, either way, there are two really good tournaments that's one's happening right now, one just happened. Go watch the tournament. You're gonna see some good throws and stuff. And I always recommend, like, I know people say this horrible, I say this, watch the beginning matches, watch the opening matches. That's when you see the good guys throw like the not so good people. Those are the biggest, craziest
That's
throws.
The highlight clips usually.
Hell yeah, that's what I want to watch. Because if you watch like the gold, like that's the segment. I watch like the medal matches, and you get like 8-minute golden score. Oh, they're going all the way to the end. So only won by Yuko.
You remember how in previous episodes I talked about how I don't really like watching highlights, and I like watching. The interesting part is what leads up to the throw, which they never show really because people think it's boring. And then I was watching some clip. I think it was that guy Gunji that trains with Shintaro right now in New York. He was also saying like, oh yeah, we don't really watch highlights. We look at the setup and the grips that lead up to it. That's the more interesting part. I'm like, oh, it's not just me. Like that's what's interesting to me, not the highlights.
There's more like you, Anthony. Okay, it's not just you. There's a lot of people like watching the setups. Okay.
Yeah, because the highlights, it's like there's no context. Like sometimes you're like, oh, this guy threw this guy, but it might have been like 20 minutes into golden score, and the other guy was gassed, and it made him look like he let the throw happen, right? Or maybe like he made a big mistake on the grip, or like those things don't get transferred through through the highlights. Those information is like left out. But like you said, sometimes you see a big highlight and you're like, oh, it's someone from Russia that did this amazing highlight on the USA judoka, or like Daria Below did in Olympics, threw the 15-year-old blue belt from Nepal in like 6 seconds. Like if that goes on a highlight and people are like, oh my god, look at how she just threw this girl in like 6 seconds, it's like, come on, like look at the context. Like,
hey, I don't need a context on that. Okay, just look at this amazing throw. Look at height. Look at power. Look at hits.
It's similar as people posting their own highlights on YouTube.
Yeah,
and Instagram. Sorry,
they're gonna post the good stuff. They're not gonna post the good stuff. Thrown.
Yeah, they don't post themselves getting thrown. They don't post what led up to it or whether that other guy fought like 5 matches before.
Hey, that's like, irrelevant. Okay, no one needs to know that. All right, no one needs to know how many matches they had before me.
I was telling someone the other day how we had a student win like the Koaku got promoted by the Kohaku, and he won like 6 matches in a row. But the context was, the Kohaku was, first of all, the Kohaku in here, there's not enough people, right? There's one. So the skill variance is really high. We don't have it by like Q ranks. It's like everyone under like green belt and then everyone green belt and brown belt or something like that. So they divide it kind of weird. But they're lined up by size. So I told them the best people were in the lighter weight category, and they kind of knocked each other out. And then the last guy fought like 4 or 5 matches before he fought our guy. So he was tired, and then he beat him. So it's just like luck of the draw sometimes, you know. So a lot of
I can't help who's in front of me. Okay, I just fight who's in front of me. All right.
So I'm saying you need context in this stuff. But then, not that he did this, but I could have like recorded his matches and be like, "Oh my god, look at what a great coach I am! He beat 6 in a row. He's only been training judo for like 6 months, and here are the highlight clips of all him winning." But like, you don't know that the guy that he beat first was like 4 matches deep into the thing. So that's just one example of why I think watching the whole match is like more interesting for me.
All right, so let's go into our somewhat main topic of the evening. So, Anthony, the IJF Academy added a new program. Do you want to know what this? You already know, but do you want to know what this new program is that they added?
Please tell me.
Okay. It is Judo Self-Defense Program from the IJF Academy. And it is only, did I write the price down? I know I wrote it down somewhere.
It was like 300 or something like that. Plus, you have to pay your own airfare and hotel and stuff.
Yeah, I know I put it down here because I was going to talk about the prices.
It's like 300 euros with 350, something like that.
Yeah, so it's for the low price of 350 euros, which is 410 American to take this program online, to get the chance to go to Malta, to go to Malta to do the live seminar. So Anthony, what do you think about the IJF Academy? We'll talk about more about the stuff, but let's get our thoughts just first off about the IJF Academy.
So I was on vacation when they announced this. Between the time zone and also the timing, because I think Aaron sent it to me on Instagram, and then I saw it on Reddit, and then I was just like, oh, I think this was like April 2nd or April 3rd when I saw it, and I'm like, did they post this on April 1st? Like, is it April Fool's? That was my first reaction.
I think they did post on April 1st.
Like, why would they? I can't tell if they're doing it on purpose, if they're posting around that time frame. Like, at least wait like till the next week or the previous week, like March or something. Like, why release it around that time frame? Because I think I can't be the only one that thought it was April Fool's, right? So, because that was around the same time where online I saw a lot of April Fool's posts.
Yeah.
So when that showed up, I'm like, is that April Fool's? And then,
oh, this has to be a joke.
This has to be a joke.
Tell me it's a joke. Please, someone tell me this is a joke.
But apparently it's not a joke. And then I watched the video and I just don't know what, like, I think it's, let's just say, I think it's dumb. It's completely stupid.
I know where you come from this. Yes.
But let's brush that aside. And again, I don't know why they are implementing it this way. Like, if you are going to do a self-defense course, I don't, like, for those who haven't watched it, go watch the announcement video. It's like they haven't, not proofread, but like watched their own video. Just like when I said, like, when they announced the rules, it's like they haven't looked at it themselves, like how dumb it looks.
Yeah.
Because there's a section where they're like, oh, it's combining traditional with modern. And then once they said that, they start pulling out the bow staff.
Okay, let me get into, I'm going to get into that. Let me get into that part. I'm going to get into that part myself.
Go ahead.
Okay. So now my thought is that, okay, so the IJF Judo Academy is starting to put in new things about, like, you have to get your black belt to the IJF Judo Academy. You have to get your coach's certificate to the IJF Judo Academy. They're adding these things. I think they're just, like, I have to put it out there. They look like just revenue streams, okay? They're not about, like, adding things to judo. It's about revenue streams so that IJF can make more money. Same thing with the IJF taking all the tournaments off YouTube and now putting it behind a paywall. So you have to join their IJF TV. So it's another way of them making money. The video.
Do they not have enough money? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know what it is, because, like I said, how much it costs even to to qualify to even do
they
this
make
thing.
a ton of money during those tournaments sometimes.
So it's just another avenue for revenue stream, which seems kind of weird with the limited amount of people they're allowing to even go to the in-person with doing this. But okay, let's get to the video. All right, so you get to the video, you watch it, and they're doing like these very simple. And okay, there's one thing I want to talk about before I run off and get off this again. The IJF is about the International Judo Federation for competition. Okay, I would get if maybe the Kodokan did a video like this, because Judo Kano was about using judo as sport and self-defense, and you can see some of our higher katas.
I don't think it was sport, but sure.
Well, this school putting in schools and stuff in tournaments, all that, but we're not talking about that right now. Okay, we're talking about this. We're hyped about this instead.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can get the Kodokan coming out of the video like this. Okay, this is how these high katas that use sword and knife and gun defense. This is how it works in real life, or this is how you can use it in self-defense. I get that. That would make more sense to me. Where the IJF is the sport, it is the Olympics, it is the competition aspect, which doesn't have nothing to do with self-defense. Sport and self-defense are two separate things, in my opinion. Okay, now they can mix together and you can mix and match them, but in my opinion, they're pretty much two separate. I'm not going to knock my mic over. Two separate things. So when you see them doing these self-defense things in the video, it is very slow. It is like, looks like they're walking through quicksand, and it's like, all right, it's a little interesting. Then they get to pulling out the weapons.
It's straight out of Goshin Jitsu.
It is. It pretty much is. If you know Goshin Jitsu, you probably know these techniques already. And it's just, I think just trying to do the more modern take, like this is what you're doing here, but they're doing it in a sound stage instead. Mm-hmm. So you start off with self-defense, hand-to-hand stuff, okay? Elbow, grab the wrist, udikatami, okay? Break the grip, ippon sonagi, okay? That's fine. Stuff that makes sense. Not the elbow they were doing, because they look like bad pro wrestling elbow shots. Look horrible. Then they go to stick fighting, and they pull out a Kali stick, or just a big long stick, which stick fighting is not super common, but it can happen. Someone can pull out a stick, or a stick could turn into a knife, a stick can turn into a bottle, a stick can turn into a baseball bat or something. That makes a little bit of sense. I can imagine how you can use this stuff to other things, okay? Makes total sense to me. It's when they get to, after that, the next thing they show is the bow staff. Who in modern day is using a bow staff to fight
Jackie
somebody?
Chan.
Okay, I'm not fighting Billy Kane. Okay, I'm not doing KOF. Jackie Chan. How many times am I fighting in Hong Kong, Anthony? All right. How many times someone gonna come after me with a ladder, even though I do paint on the side?
Honestly, if someone's using a bow staff and they know what they're doing, they're gonna mess you up. So,
well, if you watch the video, it's like they're doing like Olay, like bullfighting.
Yeah.
Ha ha, move out the way. Ha ha, move out the way again. It's like.
I was talking with. I'm not going to call out who, because I don't know if he wants this to be public. But I was talking with someone about it, and we were talking about which one's our favorite kata and which one's our least favorite. Mm-hmm. And we both said 3, 2, 1, say it at the same time, and we both said like
Goshin Jitsu.
It's like not traditional. It's kind of like added later on. And it's kind of like taken from Aikido a little bit, and it's like. It's simple to me. It symbolizes like people nowadays holding on to the things that don't work and kind of like refusing to admit it's fine if you're like, oh, we're doing this because of its tradition, like, but it's another thing to teach it as like self-defense still this day and age. Mm-hmm. So I think if they're gonna keep it as a self-defense kata, they need to modernize it. And here is the IJF saying they're modernizing it.
With a goddamn bow staff.
With the bow staff. And also anything that has a gun disarmament.
That's the last thing. That's the last. The last one they pull out is the gun, which is total Goshin Jitsu. And it's the thing about the gun. If I talked to another person about this, it's like, who shoots you like 2 feet away or right up to you and stuff? Okay. If someone has a gun, they're going to shoot you from across a room or across a place.
If anything has a gun disarmament like that, taught like that, I automatically think of like dojo. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think I don't have a good impression of it, and why I thought it was an April Fool's joke. Yeah. But I think I was looking at the announcement, and they said there's going to be a section on environmental awareness. Mm-hmm. And if you look at, I know me and you and some other people disagree about self-defense. We had an episode about that. So I think that would be where the useful information is, but they have no information on what that is. I tried to look it up, couldn't find it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that again, if they're gonna do it, that video was a terrible way of advertising it, in my opinion. So whoever edited it, I don't know what you're doing. Like, why would you put that bow staff clip right in the part where it says modern techniques? Like, then
because you never know we're gonna be in Chinatown and someone's gonna pull out a 3-piece staff on you.
And then there's that whole thing where you see them repeatedly drilling, like, oh, someone grabs you by the neck like this, you like double swim up. Like, you see that in all the McDojo stuff. Like, it's not a good look. I don't know, but at the same time, maybe they'll change it to make it better. I don't know, but I think this is a good time to ask people, like, has anyone gone through the IJF rank requirements? Like, how it's been 4 months since they announced it. They said they're going to start implementing in January. I'm curious, seriously. Yeah.
So when it comes to these, like, to me, this goes back to these weapon stuff. Like, hand-to-hand judo makes sense to me. I think it's very easy to go back and forth. Stick and knife and stuff. Again, I see judo because I used judo stuff for that before. But it's just the funny thing with the Kali, them using a Kali stick to do is just hilarious. The bow staff to me is just hilarious because just like, who uses a bow staff? Because people know me. I've gotten into situations in my life. I'm stupid. I won't walk away all the time. I've had bottles, knives, sticks, spam lids, chairs, all trying to be pulled on me, and I've done martial arts things.
Luckily, I've never had to fight someone with a weapon.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I've used disarmor things. And it was funny because when they did use the gun technique, they did use, like, I learned in karate and stuff, but it's also taught in Aikido and stuff, the way they disarm the gun. We don't have that disarm in judo. We never use that disarming technique ever gets taught to you in judo.
That's why I think they took it from Aikido. Let's just blame all the bad parts on Aikido.
Just blame on Aikido. It's all Aikido's fault, all right? Damn you, Aikido. How'd you sneak into my judo? Yeah, so they put this thing out about what it's supposed to be there for and how it's supposed to help you with, what did they say? It's master's advanced techniques, practice situation awareness, which is just be aware of your situation. I think that's something I'm actually surprised some people don't have situation awareness, but keep your head on a swivel. Always know what situation you're at.
Oh, a lot of people have bad situational awareness.
It's something that, going back to Master Norris, something that Master Norris wrote in one of his books that I read, that he's like, if you make yourself look like a victim, you're going to be a victim. And I like, that's one of the best lines I've ever heard in my life. If you make yourself an easy target, that's what people are going to go for. Don't make yourself an easy target. But yeah, it's surprising people don't get that. Stay calm under pressure. Yeah, let me beat you with this goddamn stick and see what you do under pressure. All right.
Like, I'm trying to think, because we're looking at it from a U.S. perspective, right? Where guns are like everywhere. But I'm for a while, I was like, okay, let's be calm. Like, before I go on this podcast,
I am calm.
Well, I'm talking to myself in my head, right? Like, how would this apply is it maybe useful in other countries? But I'm like, who the hell carries a stick? Then I thought, oh, in Japan, the cops carry a stick.
Batons,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe this is like a judo for fighting Japanese police force. I don't know.
Kind of funny that you bring the police in, because the funniest video I ever saw is, so there's this police station that were using their tonfas properly, not just like billy clubs. And they were doing some really cool techniques where they're showing how to properly use it. Then something this rabbit hole of seeing police use different weapons and stuff. And there's a police officer, I can't remember what city he was. I don't know if it was in the US, using nunchucks instead of tonfas as his weapon. I was like, that is so cool. He's wearing nunchucks. I'm like, just whack people in the head with it. He's like, yeah, and I clamp them here, and I clamp this, and I put him here, and I take him down. I was like, that's really cool, sir. But I don't know if it's very realistic.
I really like, I'm trying to remember what that weapon's called. It's not a sai. What is it called? I'm looking it up right now.
Is it house sign?
Ajite.
Okay. Yeah.
So do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah,
that,
I know.
It looks like a sai, but it only has one end. It looks like a stick with one little hook sticking out. I like those weapons. I think those are cool, functional police weapons. Better than the baton, I think. Because that little hook there can block like knives and stuff like that and get stuff stuck in it. So I thought those are cool.
I want to go through this list some more. Okay, so what else they talked about? I talked about control your opponent, which is something you should already know from judo. Being a judo player, you know how to control our opponents anyway, especially in a street situation.
Yeah, I don't think anything can beat just doing randori or live sparring for self-defense.
realistic training, which is, again, if you're doing, I guess if you're adding weapons to it, it's more realistic. Like I said, someone's coming at you with a stick or bow staff.
Engage is regular training, and they're using my trigger word, muscle memory.
Oh, because you build muscle memory, you do stuff a lot. So do you want me to nominate you for this class? Because that's another thing. You can't just sign up for this class. Your instructor or something has to nominate you to take this.
Your Judo Federation has to nominate you. So a maximum 50 students can register for a practical session. So part of me is like
50 students worldwide.
So they're trying to make money out of this, but then they are like putting walls up. Like I don't, I really don't understand what they're doing. There has to be like I think I might know why, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get sued.
Okay.
But anyway, so I'll have a question for you. Like, how do you know how we had Tabrin and Mike Verdugo on for the USA Judo P3 program, the police program?
Yeah.
And then we have, I know Nanka has a police commission, and I know USJ was also working on something related to like police and self-defense and stuff like that, I think. So how do you think this would affect that? And if any, I don't think there'll be much effect, but at the same time, I don't think, we talked about walls, but I feel like this is actually more accessible than some of the things we have locally, basically.
Okay, so first off, unless the IJF is saying this to every police commission or every state or saying like every country or something saying we have this available, no local commission, no local police are going to know about this unless they're a judo player. So there's no way they're be selling this to police stations or cities or states or whatever that they have to contact directly. Unless you're a judo player and you're in the police already, and you have to be like in this IGF stuff like we are. Okay, not just a local player just for the hobby. You have to be in this to know this. That's the only way a police officer would know this. Okay, and I totally think that judo, our throws, some of our ashiwazas will work in judo self-defense. You see videos of that online all the time of police officers using judo, even though they'll call like, look at this BJJ. That wasn't BJJ, that was judo. Okay. We're not pulling guard. All right. So I totally see it working in certain self-defense situations. Like I said, I've used certain things. I've done certain things that I've used it. But will the police station he knows, will the FBI use this? The FBI just had the UFC fighters go do a seminar with them. How many FBI agents are getting to cages and having MMA fights? It's the whole thing when it comes to hand-to-hand combat in the military. I understand why hand-to-hand combat is so low in totem pole when it comes to military, because you use your rifle, your sidearm, your knife, then it goes to hand-to-hand, okay? Or in between there, use your bayonet. Hand-to-hand is the last thing you're going to use. So these things about like, oh, you need to use hand-to-hand combat to know this. No, you don't for these situations. Things are police. Okay, unless someone's coming at you, you should be using your taser as a non-lethal. Okay, taser, pepper spray, or something before you decide to go use your gun if you have to. Unless someone's super close to you, I get judo working great. I can throw someone, control them, ashiwaza them, control them. But them knowing about this, unless a person's in it like we are, they're not going to know. IJF is not sending these videos out to everybody, every police station, like, hey, we have a great program for you guys to try out. All right. Have your self-defense instructor, your highest hand-to-hand combat instructor, take our course and then teach it to your guys.
What's one other thing I noticed? All the demonstrations are done without a gi top. So maybe
isn't that judo no more? So now we're in a gi top.
Yeah. But yeah, let's not dwell on it. There's only so much information that's released. Maybe it'll be we're both. Well, I don't know what you thought about it, but I already straight up said it. I think it was dumb, but maybe I'm wrong. So
I think it's an interesting try, but for me, I just think it's coming from the weirdest place. It's like it's from our IGF. This is our competition division. All right. If USA Judo came out with this, I'd be like, okay, I think they're trying to just make it more broad or get more people into judo.
Yeah.
If Kodokan came out with that, I think it would make much more sense that Kodokan came out with it because of Jigoro Kano, okay, and because of Goshin Jitsu, which a lot of these techniques just look like Goshin Jitsu, all right?
Without a gi, yeah.
Without a gi. I ain't going to say it, but I'm saying it.
So there was one other thing I wanted to discuss if you're done with this.
Yeah, let's go.
So I saw this on Reddit this morning. But so do you know who Ray Stevens is?
Ray Stevens. Not
So
by
he's
name.
a British Olympic silver medalist for judo, but he's also a BJJ black belt, I guess. But he's offering a seminar for BJJ guys, an opportunity for BJJ players to develop their jiu-jitsu through judo with a chance to earn a recognized judo grade and through the BJA. So he's offering a seminar where he was going to give a class, and then he's going to, what do you call it? Evaluate your judo stand-up, I guess, and then give you a BJA judo grade, the British Judo Association. What do you think about that? I don't know.
This can go one or two ways.
I don't know how he got that to happen, because BJA, we just talked about how to, not just, but a few episodes ago or 10 episodes ago, we talked about BJA changing their requirements and making it stricter. And this seems like it's going like the opposite direction. And this is similar to what we said about the USJA offering judo ranks to BJJ players, right? So what do you think?
Well, it's a similar thing to, well, it's not similar, but it goes back to when Judo America, when they were doing these seminars, we're like, hey, if you attend our seminars, you'll get a judo rank of this, or what are they calling their things? Judo America rank level 1, level 2, or whatever it was.
That was an instructor rank.
Was that instructor rank?
American Judo. Yeah.
So,
which I don't think they give out anymore. So I guess that
I haven't seen them advertised in a while. So, so let me go back to this thing. I think it's good to teach BJJ guys how to do good judo techniques.
I don't think he's teaching them. I think he's just saying.
So you think it's just me as someone who's going to come watch them throw?
No, that's exact. I think it's a seminar, and then he's offering a grading conversion at the end. So it's not like.
All right, he's going to give I'm going to say he's going to give a bunch of red belts out. It's equivalent to American yellow belt to everybody else's yellow belt and stuff. He's going to give a bunch of red belts out.
Apparently, he has a good reputation. It's not. It'll be like Kayla Harrison, not Kayla Harrison. Who's another high level? It will be like Travis Stevens, holding a BJJ seminar and then being like, "Hey, I'm going to look at your judo at the end of class, charge you $30, and then give you a judo rank afterwards."
Yeah, I give you a yellow belt judo. I'll give you a 9Q. All right, hey, he's a 9Q.
I think
it's good for BJJ guys to finally get not recognized, but like get a real judo rank and know what they actually are instead of maybe thinking what they are. I doubt he's going to be like, "Oh my God, you're amazing," or be like, "It's good enough. Here's a black belt." I don't think it's going to be like that. I really do think it's be, here's a yellow belt, here's a red belt, here's an orange belt you level. You're this, and it's not going to be belt. It's going to be Qs. You'll be like, you're a 5th Q. Oh, you're really good. I want to say that you're a 3rd Q yet, so you're not a brown belt level, but maybe you're at a 4th Q, or maybe you're at a 5th Q right now. I can see it going that way if you want to be really honest with people.
So we talked, I'm not worried about that. We talked about this in that episode where we talked about USJA giving out ranks to BJJ players, but Sensei Philippe talked about this also, but it's one thing if you fight your way there in competition, right? But these guys are not. It's another thing if, because me and Sensei Philippe agree on this, is that the rank is kind of like showing how far your own personal journey has come, right? Because otherwise, someone who started judo in their 60s or something is never going to get a brown belt, for example, right? If you just look at whether they can throw someone else of a lower rank and vice versa. So it's kind of like a personal journey kind of thing. But to me, this is like the antithesis of that, because you're just judging them based off of skill. So we see this all the time in our dojo, at least in the beginner's class, where we had someone that's a BJJ black belt or brown belt or whatever, and they went to another judo school or a jiu-jitsu school that had a judo instructor there. And they're like, "Oh, you're good at throwing so-and-so because they're athletic or they have some sort of like grappling experience. So here's the blue belt or green belt or whatever." Then they come to our dojo and they don't know any of the etiquette,
the fundamentals,
I'm not talking about skills. I'm talking about like bowing, just how important bowing is. Not that they refuse to bow, but just like why we bow, or they don't know any training etiquette, like this is something I think a lot of places don't have anyway. Like, but the Japanese are really good about that. Like unspoken rules, like you don't do this, you don't do this when you're training. Like I don't trust doing randori with them, for example, right? So, I feel like a lot of that is missing. Like they probably don't even know like the history of judo or something like that, which is not necessarily is a requirement, but I feel like some of that stuff should be part of the journey of getting the belt, right? So some of them can't even do like ukemi properly, right? It's like, yes, they can take falls, but they can't do a proper ukemi at that level. So, or a better example would be they don't know any of the technique names. So I think this kind of thing is like not very good in that sense, is that it's just giving people a rank based off of their skill. So a lot of the do, like the way side of judo is kind of missing, and it's just kind of like judging it based off of sports performance, which is fine. But again, I feel like they should compete for it and not just go to a seminar and like get a rank for it. So that's kind of how I feel. It's kind of long-winded,
No,
but that's
I totally get it. I totally understand. You want people to do the time. They understand what judo's culture is and how that's one of our big differences between us and other well, not all of the martial arts, but a lot of martial arts, that we have this culture of judo of bowing, respect and stuff, honor, and just doing these certain things. And some martial arts that come from other grappling arts or other striking arts stuff don't have that. They have different things, but they're not the same as us. I think the seminar would be fine. I think it'd be interesting to see the end result later. Be like, what rank did he give people? How did they look? Did he go over certain things? Like one of the big things I go over in my class sometimes is bowing, how to just do a simple, proper bow. Because I always go to that one story where one of our guys, who was one of those terrible bower guys that barely nod his head, went on a holiday, went to a gym, got yelled at by the instructor because he didn't bow correctly,
Yeah, and again, thinking objectively, if it wasn't like an Olympic judo silver medalist doing this, it was just some random person. Like if I were to do it, I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you a rank if you come to my class and I'll evaluate you.
But we do see that though. We do see like non-high ranked judo guys go to BJJ schools and be giving out ranks.
Yeah,
but not certified ranks.
I know.
Did you see that?
But at least they're teaching judo, right? This is like a seminar. I think that it's not like there's no student teacher relationship. I think it's just like someone just drives in. I'm like, okay, you can do a sotogari, you can do a goshi. Here's a yellow belt. That's kind of like what I imagine it to be.
Yeah,
based off of what I read. So, I think if I were to do this, like, hey, come in for a seminar, pay me money, I'll evaluate you. You might not even get a rank. Like, I'm giving him like, I'm not benefit of doubt. I'm sure he's doing this, but you might just be white belt. I just might look at you and be like, oh, you're a white belt, like, right? So it's an evaluation. That's what I see it as. So I think if I were to do that, people would be like all up in arms. But because this is Olympic silver medalist doing it, I think people are kind of like okay with it. So in a sense, it's like, okay, are you just okay with it because someone else is doing it? Because I don't think you need an Olympic silver medal to evaluate whether someone is a yellow belt or not. But yeah, but that's just something food for thought that I thought.
I think that it looks better and looks good because it's an Olympic silver medalist. But I can see any judo player, if judo players, I kind of hate saying this, but I want to give some ideas. But I can totally see any scumbag judo player that just wants money to be like, I'm going to hold a clinic here and I'm going to give out belt ranks to people. And I'm going to charge you $50 for this clinic. And I'm going to come and evaluate you, and I'll sign off on your paperwork.
I mean, that's kind of the door to the USJ unofficially opened, but I haven't really. Well, actually, I have kind of seen it happen, but it's not like a huge problem, at least, because I mean, the mats don't lie, right? So
exactly. That's what I tell people also when it comes to belt ranks. Man, if I was sensei, I want to do this or I want to get here, like, remember, you have to defend that belt. And like, we may know you, so we may know like, oh, they're not that good, or someone else may know you at your local dojo. But when you go somewhere or you go to competition, you have to defend that belt. People are expecting certain things from that rank.
And when we say defend, I don't when I say the masculine line and defend the belt, I don't mean like, oh, they have to be able to beat everyone that's not a black belt. It's not that, but also like sometimes I would go to a jiu-jitsu school where someone's like a brown belt or something in judo through that kind of system, and then they would be teaching like Harai Goshi, and they'll be like, yeah, you just kick them in the knee. Like, then you're like, oh yeah, he definitely knows what he's talking about. So
I pull my gun out, shoot him, then I take him down. That's Harai
Goshi. Harai Goshi is a reaping. You reap the knee against the kneecap. Like, so they would say stuff like that, and you'd be like, yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he could have been good at strong and throwing someone. So
yeah.
But anyway, and I was just curious what you thought and thought it was an interesting discussion. I don't really care. Like, I don't care about ranks, so they can do what they want.
You totally care.
I care if they come into our dojo because I'm the one who has to deal with the stuff that like that, right? Like a brown or black belt telling someone like, oh, you just kicked them in the knee and tell a white belt that, right? So, yes, we had to deal with something like that. So I'm not going to speak for you or the other instructors, but in my beginner's class, I've had to deal with something like that before, where someone has like a lower rank from another school that has a jiu-jitsu school that has a judo. I don't know what kind of judo teacher, but they gave them a rank, and then they come in spouting wrong stuff to lower belt ranks. But I don't think there's a huge problem. So,
all right.
And part of that is because there's not enough judo practitioners in the US, and I guess in the UK too. So it's kind of a pattern, right? That they're doing it. So
Rossi Rascal, you need to go out there and make some more seminars. All right, Rossi, calling you out, bruh. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about today?
Nope.
All right. So with that, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me at @Jared_Juan on Instagram. You follow Anthony Thrones on Instagram. You follow Tatami Talk itself on Instagram. You want to send any messages, things you want to go over, things you want to talk about, you can send to TatamiTalk@gmail.com. You can also follow us at on the website. I was wanting to call it the Substack, but it's not the Substack.
The newsletter.
The newsletter. Yeah. I don't know why I just can't remember the damn newsletter. Okay. You guys hit us up on Threads. Also, we're there. Anything else, hit us up any way you want to, okay? And you're always welcome to come to Hollywood Judo and train with us, okay? We're doing a seminar. We're doing another training camp. We'll let you guys know. We're going to be doing that in-house. Please come and watch. We might live stream it this year. I'm not sure if we're going to do it or not, since Nancy's not going to be there. Might be too much work for me to do, all right?
Yep.
So with that, Anthony, don't forget to...
slap the mat.